let me ask you about action you would take should you be elected in November. Because you said on CNN last week that your words, probably not, when you were asked if you would support Nancy to be Speaker of the House should Democrats retake the House. And you cited her support for big banks. You said that it is, quote, troubling that she didn't put the people first. What specifically are you talking about?
You know, my district is probably the second or third poorest in the country, Poppy. What I see is that less than half of my families don't own their own home, primarily because of the discriminatory practices that continue on with banks and mortgages. What I can tell you, the high rates of car insurance, because the car insurance industry has just been overwhelmingly discriminatory towards my families.
And I do understand that. I've actually been there and covered it, a great deal in and around Detroit, as you know, for the better part of a decade. But specifically to Pelosi, I mean, those are pretty strong allegations, right? Saying that she doesn't care about these people. That she's,
but this is before I got elected. Before I got elected, I have been critical of both Republicans and Democrats that removed the transparency requirements through Dodd-Frank. I mean, these are things that, to me, protect the working class families. These are things that I think are critical to ensuring that we feel like we have a seat at the table. And look, this is a new generation, a new era. This is time for a new approach to public service that is so different than what we've had. But it's very important to know, I absolutely respected the leadership of Leader Nancy Pelosi. You should know that I have been so supportive of a number of things that she's done to not only elevate women,
but you think it's time for a new voice. I mean, you think it's time for a new voice.
There's nothing wrong by saying there's a new voice. Doesn't mean that I don't support the work that she's done. What I'm telling you is...
I hear that, but let me play what she said over the weekend defending herself, because your calls for new leadership are similar to what some Republicans, including the president, are saying, that it's helpful to them. They're saying, keep Nancy Pelosi in power and, in leadership, because that hurts the Democrats, which helps us. So here's how Pelosi defended herself over the weekend.
I do not think our opponents should select the leaders of our party. The Republicans are spending millions, tens of millions of dollars against me because they're afraid of me, because I outraise them in the political arena, because I outsmart them at the negotiating table, and because I'm a woman who is going to be a seat at that table.
Do you think she has a point in this warning to Democrats?
I don't know if it's a warning to Democrats as much as to the political culture that's in Washington, D.C. Look, I come from a district that doesn't feel like they've been heard by Congress. It has overwhelmingly been ignored on a number of fronts. I have a city outside of Detroit. I have 12 different communities that doesn't even have a school district, Poppy. I have areas where literally the environmental issue is the core of the fact that they are not able to have a right to breathe clean air. I mean, 1 of 5 children have asthma. I have another area in my district that you turn around the corner, you see more poverty, you see more decay. And so what I'm telling you is that we don't feel like we have a seat at the table, and they are priority to me. And I am going to go there. And I said probably not, because I want to make sure that they have a voice in the leader that's going to run the United States Congress. And that is my right to be able to speak on their behalf and to say...
And you have spoken about people you call Democratic sellouts, that you think, frankly, don't care about the people you've just elaborated on.
Is Nancy Pelosi as much as disconnected,
Is Nancy Pelosi a Democratic sellout in your mind? Is she disconnected from those people?
I think so.